Hello, everyone. My name is Darlene Corbett. I am the UnStuck speaker. Do you believe when one chapter comes to an end, a new one can begin at any time, at any age? Think about it. Some might say, no, this is the way it is. This is the way it's going to go for the rest of my life. I say no. As long as we have a book of life, and I mentioned this a few episodes ago, new chapters begin. Let me tell you about mine again. As I told you, I was leaving my practice tomorrow, officially tomorrow, from Needham Psychotherapy Associates outside of Boston. Well, I left unofficially today. Everything's moved out. As you can see, some of my furniture is here in my new office, which I've been using anyway, but it was not totally furnished. I'm so excited to begin this new chapter. I have so many new endeavors I began in the last few years. So my practice in Needham is over, and my practice in Holden has been going on really because of the pandemic, but now it will just be here full time. In addition, I have another story to tell or something to share. I have a podcast, as many of you know, called Tap Into the Power of You. It will be about a year in August. I've gone a lot longer than some people. I know that. And I was going to end it because it's a lot of work and a lot of money. And I don't have a lot of time. And a lot of the work is, as much as I love having guests, is doing program notes and so on. I was about to end it at the end of July, and then Pandora said they accepted my podcast after several months of waiting. I decided I'm on just about every major platform, and I really like having a podcast. But what I want to do instead is I'm going to do the podcast and just little old me is going to speak. I discovered I really like speaking on podcasts, and that makes sense because as much as I'm a therapist and I'm a listener, I also am a speaker and like to speak. I have a lot to say on a lot of subjects. I've been around for a long, long time. So instead, I want to invite some of the guests, and I'm going to really throw this out to a lot of the communities I belong to. I've invited them on my show with Melody Beach. We talked about it. We do extemporaneous shows where we just talk about life and certain topics. We just began really. But we're going to invite guests, and that's where I'll have guests. So it's a win-win for everybody. They'll be on a radio show, and I will have my podcast all to myself. So I have probably 2 more guests on the podcast, but beginning in August, it's just me. And I want to thank Turnkey Productions. They're amazing. Doug Sandler, Marjorie Alexander, Jimmy Ravenscourt, Strick. I don't know his last name, but they're all great. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to produce your podcast if you are going to do that really more on a, I don't want to say serious because I'm serious, but probably more full-time. And that's not my intention. And I just want to give a shout out. We're coming to the end of a chapter with Video Rock Stars in this particular video challenge. So I have to give a shout out to the wonderful Barbara Barron. I forgot to mention her yesterday. She's amazing. Jane Herron, another amazing. I feel like I've just met these people and I'm so connected to them, even though it's virtual, but we have a lot of themes and we all share a love for trying to improve ourselves through video. Joyce Weiss, of course, Ian McNeil, of course, Robin Hatcher, Kathy Beatty. I know I'm forgetting someone. Oh, Vicki Hitke's. Vicki just gave the most fabulous presentation on Video Rockstars. Here's to you, Vicki. And finally, of course, the person that pulled it all together for all of us is Gina Carr. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Doug Casalt. He's always, Casalt, Doug, I never get your name right. He's always liking and sharing my videos. Thanks to you, Doug. And to all of you, think about it now. You have a new chapter. If you feel this one's stifling, close it, put the end of the story, and you are ready for a new one. And just watch what happens. I'm Darlene Corbett again, the UnStuck speaker. If you want tips on how to reset your mindset to get unstuck, visit darlenecorbett.com.